Welcome everyone. Today's kind of a unique video. I have Lena here with me, and we're talking about accelerated college degrees. If you don't know anything about the channel, I teach people how to earn college degrees faster. And when I say faster, I mean like months instead of years. I wanted to invite Lena to hang out with us today because she's awesome and she just finished her bachelor's degree in 5 months and 10 days with only 20 credits to her name to begin with. So, Lena, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here to share your story.
Thank you. It's my pleasure, honestly, to be here because I really owe it to you. I mean, I know that I did the work, but if it wasn't for you, this would have never happened. I can 100% guarantee that.
Thank you so much. I genuinely appreciate that. I got to say, Lena sent me an email a week, 2 weeks ago with the news that she finished. And it's just, man, I'm just so happy for you and excited for you. Let's dive into the nitty gritty so we can share with everyone watching what
Absolutely.
your experience was like and hopefully inspire people to know that they can do this too.
Yep.
So 5 months and 10 days, but what we haven't talked about is you actually did 3 years of school in the past and had to like lose most of your credits and almost start over. Can you just kind of tell me a little bit about your past college experience and what that was like?
Sure. I went to Pace University in New York, fresh out of high school. And I didn't have a major declared. So I was kind of swimming in this like vast sea of being forced to go to school and take business courses because business is alive and well. So I didn't really want to do it. I wanted to pursue an acting career, but my parents were like, no way in hell you're going to take, business courses, and this is a good university. So I went there completely bored out of my mind. The commute killed me. It was like sometimes a 2-hour commute from where I lived each way for a 1 hour class or not. So, I mean, I don't remember much of it. I just remember like one thing from business law is know your exit strategy first. Like that's really the only thing I remember, and how to say I don't know how to speak German in German. Like that's it. And then later in my years, I just stopped going to school at one point because I thought this is ridiculous. It's a waste of time. I hate it. I don't remember anything. And I just pursued my life. And then I think I was in my 30s or my late 20s. I went to another university, somewhat of an accelerated program for returning adults. And I did 1 year there. And I just needed 1 year left. And then life got in the way. So I had to drop that. And, at this point, I'm feeling not really loserish because I can't say that the degree ever stopped me from pursuing certain jobs, but it definitely hindered my applying to many jobs because college degree. So that's kind of where I was. And, I mean, I don't know. I don't really like to sit somewhere and listen to lectures. I guess the older you get, I just kind of want my own space and my own time. And if I miss something, I don't want to be like frantically writing notes like a maniac and missing the whole entire message because it's just that one shot. And for me to record something, I kind of need to see it and feel it and kind of get that whole vibe in. So school for me was get in, get out as fast as you can. So that's kind of how I went about it. And yeah, that's how my university was. And then later, much later in life, I studied homeopathy, so it was an online program. It was a 2-year online program, very intensive. Um, I mean, we're talking information left and right, but I can pause, rewatch, I can speed up, I could slow it down, I can see it and listen to it and kind of be with the content. Then I can play it again and take my notes. And at that point, I realized, wow, I remember everything. Like you're memorizing hundreds of remedies and different keywords and what they're for and different authors and timelines and history. Yet that sunk in without a problem. But everything in that I spent hours and hours did not. So this is where I thought, wow, I wish that school can be like this. I wish that school can be like, like university. I wish I could go back and get my degree. So that's kind of, I don't know if that's, kind of where I was.
Totally. Now, let me ask you how old are you?
I'm 52, so I'll be 53 this year.
52 turning 53 and you bit the bullet and you went back.
I did. And it was because of you. because of being up way too late at night, watching videos, just kind of dreaming, saying, I wish that I could get my college degree. You know, it's just something hanging over your head, like that you just didn't finish. And but I sat there, and then you come on saying, college grad in 9 months, you know, I can do it. That's kind of all I needed to hear. And I needed to watch more of your videos to kind of get more of who you are and what you offer and the program, because I just didn't want it to be like, you know, get this product and you'll look 50 years younger with just one, you know, spray on your face or some, you know, BS like that. And then watching your content a little more, I probably binged watched a lot of your videos, put a lot of hearts in the comments. And I thought, oh my God, wait, if you can do it, I surely can do it. Because what's stopping them? Really, what's stopping you ever? Nothing. It's your own brain that's stopping you. It's your own beliefs that are going to limit you or help you accelerate. And I thought, man, if I could accelerate my degree, oh, that would be so cool. I could just get rid of this one nagging, hanging thing that I just didn't finish, you know, and that was it. You know, I just reached out right away, booked an appointment, I spoke with one of your reps, and I just kind of got the whole lowdown. And yeah, the rest is history.
That's amazing. And oh my gosh, it's so exciting. I want for those of you who are in a similar situation as Lena, she did 3 years of school, but kind of mistake that almost all of us make when we're young. We don't go down a specific path and work towards a specific major, and we're just taking all sorts of random classes. So Lena was in a situation where she had 3 years worth of classes that were not towards any specific major. Now, there's two choices if you're in this situation. Choice number one, which some people like to do, is to just find a major that will accept all of your classes. That's usually like a liberal studies major. I am not personally a fan of that. And I usually steer people away from that because liberal studies majors don't really benefit you much in your career. If you look at all sorts of career data, a liberal studies major salary is pretty similar to a salary of someone with just a high school diploma. So if you don't get the career benefit, I don't see the point in going to get the piece of paper, if that makes sense. Now, Lena, you chose the other path, which was lose some credits by transferring into a major that you're actually interested in and take a few steps back to then take a few steps forward in the long run, if that makes sense. Now, both are options, but Lena, you chose to just lose the credits, bite the bullet, and go get a major that you actually want. What did you get the major in? And do you have any regrets by losing so many credits and then almost starting over? But you still did it in 5 months and 10 days, which is incredible. Do you have any regrets, and what did you study, and why did you make that decision?
When I've realized that only 20 credits would be transferred over, it was definitely a shock. And I thought, well, what I can do is I can take some of these like Sophia courses or some of these online courses and transfer them over to kind of make sure I can finish. Because my goal was maybe I could finish it in 1 year. That was, you know, the dream. And I thought, wow, maybe, you know, I can do this. And then I caught one of your videos saying, don't do that. You have like, you're paying per term. You can do these classes in a term. Why are you going to go take extra classes? Why are you going to delay something, pay extra money when you're already paying for it? So that's kind of where I thought, you know what? And you said it's much cleaner on a transcript anyway. So I thought, seriously, why am I going to do that? I have everything here. Again, you can do it. I can do it was the mindset I was going in there. I decided to pick a major that I can apply to any field I was in. I mean, we all do business, whether we like it or not. We from business to a simple exchange at a grocery store to making a business deal to evaluating a possible business proposal, anything, you know, really anything. So I thought, what could I do? Let me see. Ding, marketing. You know, marketing seems simple for someone with my age. I mean, I have some life experience under my belt. I've been an entrepreneur. I've worked in corporate America. I've sold cars, you name it. I'm interested in everything, you know, kind of person. So I thought, well, marketing can apply to anything I take. Come to find out, I really appreciated the curriculum. I love the financial aspect of it. And it's true, we live in a marketing era. I mean, Also, wouldn't it be great to know that you fall for some marketing gimmicks when you don't want to fall for them? I mean, that's great too. So, at first I thought, oh, this is going to stink. I don't really want to lose all those credits. But then I realized, well, that kind of sucks for taking classes that were just, filling up that credit bank without, like kind of like without a clue, going at it without a clue. So in the end, I'm thrilled that I did it the way I did. Absolutely happy. I would not have changed anything, except maybe I would have gone in thinking, well, maybe I can do it in less than a year, which I ended up doing. So that's really the only thing.
Yeah, you took a few steps back.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is it didn't take you longer than it would have. Like people are like, oh, I can't lose a single credit. And then you go down this path that still takes you a fairly similar amount of time. And you end up with a worse degree in the long run that's not beneficial to your career.
Not at all. No.
And you even mentioned to me, I want to bring this up to the audience. You mentioned to me, yeah, I still could have done what you still could have done what you did in like 4 months.
Yeah,
So you
absolutely.
still believe you could have gone faster.
Absolutely. Because at first my goal was to finish in 1 year. Well, first you have to tell your family and your friends, like, I'm going to check out because, I'm going back to school. I mean, I'm 52. The last time I was in school, I don't remember, I mean, honestly, I don't use a lot of things. I use calculators, I use phones, I use Excel, I use programs that kind of do things for me. And I thought, wow, this is going to be really intimidating. And I don't remember, and writing papers. I mean, all of this was total anxiety, except I just kept listening to your voice. I just kept watching all of your videos. Just, you can do it, and just degree hacking. And okay, fine. That's all I'm going to listen to. I can do it. I put like little Post-its up around my wall saying, you got this, you can do it. There's nothing I would have done differently except believe that I can do it faster. Meaning, don't sit there staring at a blank piece of paper going, oh my God, I can't come up with it. Just go for it. Just keep doing it and trying it. Just like throw 500 darts at a dartboard, because a lot of them will stick. A lot of them won't, but just keep going. And had I had that pace in the beginning, oh, for sure. 100% for sure. And then when I took a break, I was, I kind of did I can't do it anymore. Just picture like two boxers, that are just thrashing each other to bits, and they're all like bruised and bloodied. And I'm like, I can't do it anymore. But it was more like a scene from Zoolander, where they're having like their face off with their whatever they're doing, but it's hilarious. And that's kind of how I felt, and I had to really laugh at myself, like, girl, peel yourself up and go do it. Like, you got this. It's writing, it's common sense. It's just read the material all over again, just keep doing it. That would have helped me come like graduating a lot faster, like come through much faster.
This is really important. Like, Lena, what you're teaching here is so important. The biggest hurdle that students face when trying to accelerate degrees is not realizing you don't have to do it the school's way. You don't have to be in school for 4 years. What schools will never tell you this. It really takes like 5.5 years on average to get a bachelor's degree. It's not because it takes that long to learn what you need to learn.
Right.
It's because these universities are businesses and we're their customers. And the longer we're with them, the longer we're paying them, right? The more money that they make. And I have students tell me this all the time. I spent 2 years in school the normal way, and then I hacked the rest of my degree in 3 months or whatever it is. I learned more in the 3 months than I did in the 2 years.
Yeah.
Do you have experience with both traditional school and hacking your degree and taking control over your education, putting it into your own hands? Can you explain the differences between both experiences, and can you still learn even though you're going faster?
Yeah, well, for sure. Well, when I was in my brick and mortar school, I did the best. Out of all the classes, when I took I took like 7 credits because I think that was all you were allowed to take. So it was like it was an English and a math course, and I was struggling with them. I did well, like I got an A in both of them. Why? Because it was accelerated, because it keeps your attention. It's kind of like if it, even a movie, if picture you're is watching a movie and the pace is like this and there's just talk and talk and this is what we're going to do and we're going to do this for x amount of time, you just start kind of drifting off into space and you're falling asleep and you're cutting in and out like, oh my god, this is so much, at least for me. But if you're watching a movie that's like suspense or drama or some kind of anything, you're at the edge of your seat. That's how I kind of equate accelerated programs. You're at the edge of your seat, you got to get the information in, and it's kind of like you can tell yourself, like, you got this. You're going to remember this. So you got it. And you kind of write it down. And let me tell you, there are times when I just couldn't retain the information. I'm like, what the hell does this mean? Like, what? Huh? How? Why? This isn't like that in real world, whatever. So you do what you do. You got to get the information down. So you just read it. Oh, you're falling asleep? Stop, reread it. Oh, you're falling asleep? Reread it. After about 2 hours of that, your brain is going to kick in and say, got it. You know, she's going to make me keep rereading this. So just read it, retain it, and it's repetition. And it's repetition. And sometimes it's rote, you know, like just keep doing the same thing. You know, like 2 + 2 is 4, 3 + 3 is 6. And you just had to do it. Or cat, at. I mean, it's like very simple things, but we do it anyway, you know, so why not apply it to a slightly higher kind of level, you know? And that's just the way I feel. I feel you have to know yourself. You have to trust that you're going to retain information. Like if you were driving down a road and you needed to know if you make a left or a right, because there's $1 million waiting for you if you get the right directions. You have to make a left on Jones and a right on, you know, Smith Street to get there. You're going to remember. Why? Because there's a huge reward at the end of those directions. So your brain kind of kicks in, you know, I mean, get nourished. But I think more of it, you've got to get yourself ready. You've got to get yourself all kind of like psyched up, like, all right, I got this, you know, roll up your sleeves and you're kind of like, I'm going to do this. And that's kind of how I did it. Self-talk and doing it. But if I had to go to a brick and mortar school, it never would have happened. I would have never put myself through that ever again. It's pointless for me. Sorry, everybody. You know, if you feel, you know, otherwise, I'm sorry. No, not
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. It's the traditional schooling for 95% of us, the two of us included, it's miserable.
Yes.
It's like torture. It really
Torture.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is degree hacking a degree. It doesn't matter what your learning style is, how you prefer to learn, whether you'd rather write essays or take exams. You can kind of mold your degree strategy to fit your strengths and take control of your own education. Learn what's important to you, skip the stuff that's not. Like
That's
for me, you mentioned, Lena, you use calculators and like the rest of us in the real world, right?
yeah.
Like when I take a math class, I'm not going to sit and try to learn it in a way where I'm going to remember it the rest of my life because I don't care about that.
Right.
I'm going to learn to a level to where I can test out of the class, move
Right.
on, and then I'm going to spend more time learning stuff that I actually want to learn.
Right. Right.
You're taking control into your own
Exactly.
hands.
But also let's also add a really huge element for maybe working professionals, people who are a little older, people who have certain time breaks. My first course, I started at, I think it was 1:35 in the morning on January 1st. Like I came home from my friend's New Year's Eve party. The first thing I did is opened up and I attacked my health sciences course. It took me one day to do that course. Now, not because the course was easy by all means, but because I'm studying homeopathy for a long time. I love science. So that was something that was easier for me. You know, it's just kind of like I followed the principles of what I'm supposed to do and I just attacked it and did it. Where could I have done this anywhere else? And also, I don't have to all the time that I would have spent on commuting somewhere, all of the time I would have spent at work, I took all of those hours and put them into studying. So instead, I'm getting a 100% experience as opposed to, oh, okay, so school is about, you know, like 80% this, but 20% commute, or in some cases, it's like 80% commute and 20% school, and getting yourself ready and having to, you know, maybe also engaging with other people might be a little stressful or exhausting. I didn't have any of that. I sat in my living room. I sat in my kitchen. I sat outside. I sat at work. I sat while my son was playing soccer, you know, opened up my laptop and there I was reading the content, taking my practice exams in my car. that you're limitless. I mean, we do business like this. It's shocking to me that people don't see that. We do business online. Why would you not do this? Like, why? You have access to everything. The school I selected, they also have a brick and mortar location. Like they're both. The curriculum is identical. There is no difference. I had access to professors, I had access to libraries, to mentors, to tutors. There was no difference, except I did it on my own time. And of course, not, meeting with them, but this was a no-brainer.
A lot of people are probably wondering, what school did you choose, Lena?
Oh, yeah, I didn't mention that. I chose Western Governors University in Utah. So it's WGU. They seem to make the most amount of sense. I didn't have to take courses that were nonsense courses. Like I looked
Mhm.
at some other universities and I had to take what seemed like electives. So when I came into WGU, it seemed like my whole entire program was based on my major. So I had all of these marketing classes. I had finance classes. I had accounting classes. I had project management classes. I mean, they were all my major. It wasn't like I had to pick some whatever, like random stuff. And probably my 91 credits were sufficient enough to fill in all of those kind of like gen ed classes. But I did have
Mhm.
to take math class still, but it was on a different degree. So
Mhm.
again, all applicable to real life situations.
That's amazing. For those of you watching, if you hate Gen Ed, WGU is a fantastic school. There is very minimal Gen Ed. At least 3 years worth. It doesn't take 3 years. At least 3 years worth of your major is actually going to be studying what you want to study, which is really cool. Excellent school choice. I help students do this with all kinds of different schools. It's essentially, let's find the school that matches the major you want to earn and your learning style, because every school does things a little bit differently. And you just kind of find the right match, and I can help with that. Now, for those of you who would like to do this or are curious about accelerating a college degree, or even on the fence whether this is even real or not, I'm happy to help. I have a program called Degree Hacking Academy. I'm going to leave some information, just a link down below where you can learn more about that program in the video description. I also have a program called Tactical Tuition System, which I wanted to ask Lena about. This is basically my Degree Hacking Academy program. I teach you how to hack college. My Tactical Tuition System, I teach you how to pay for college without paying money out of your own pocket. It's all scholarship hacking, grant hacking, stuff like that. Lena went through my Tactical Tuition System program. What do you think?
Oh my God. I was floored. I had no idea that those possibilities existed. Um, it was just like, you've got to be kidding me. Wait, we have options like that? What? I mean, I don't know how, I can't really give any information out from the program, but holy cow. Holy, you have so many options. You would never think that you had that many scholarship options than you do. I didn't realize to what extent it was so specific. And wow, I was honestly, I was blown away. I just kept watching the video going, wow, wow. Because I had student loans for a long time, like, and they weren't so much, but they were just something I had for years. Had I had that program when I went into my brick and mortar schools, I would have never had student loans. I'm just 100% confident I would never have had to pay for school, and it's just 100% that program is so worth it's just worth your time. It's worth your time. It's worth your money. 100% guarantee it. Not guarantee it, but I guarantee that you're going to be satisfied because it has all of this amazing content in it. And it just gives you steps on what to do. It's really simple. Follow the directions and you will have to work. I mean, it's not like, the program is just click a button and here you have it. No, you're going to have to put some hours into it. And it depends on how much money, like you said, it depends on how much money you need. You're not going to be pulling millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars, but you're going to pull enough to pay for your school. And it's just how much effort you're willing to put into it is how much effort you're going to get back. I think that's the key that people really, people really need to kind of hear that. It's no free ride. You
Yep.
have to actually put the effort into it. Hire someone to put the effort into it for you, or you spend the time to do it. But if you are willing to do it, it's a beautiful opportunity and can save you a ton of money.
This is a little secret I'm going to let everyone in on. Nobody needs to pay their own money for college. You just have to know what to do and how to do it to get other people to pay for your education. Now, I'm a big fan of let's not try to get funding for $80,000 in tuition. Let's hack the degree, get that to $3 to $5 to $10,000, and then hack the funding as well. Cool thing, if you're interested in that, I'm actually offering my tactical tuition system for free for any student who joins my Degree Hacking Academy program. You get both. Hope that's enticing and exciting. And I just hope that I can help. Whether you want my help or not, you should still go get your degree as fast as you possibly can. Lena, I just want to thank you for being here and sharing your story. Anyone who wants to learn more about this, check the link in the description. I'm happy to help, or just shoot me an email and ask me questions if you have questions. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you in the next video.